So before I work Andy, I wanted to show you guys what my setup looks like. So I have this table out here in my arena, and I set my holsters on it, my ammo, my guns, stock whip, clicker for clicker training. So I got all kinds of stuff out here. And what I'm going to do with Andy is I'm going to start with that stock whip there. I'm going to ride him first. Then I'm going to see how he does with that stock whip. I'm not going to be in the saddle the first time I crack it. I'm going to make sure I have a really long lead rope and halter on him. That way if he spooks and takes off, hopefully that rope's long enough that he doesn't get away from me. And then I'm going to crack that stock whip walking away from him, not facing him, because that's going to be more pressure, scarier to him. So I'm going to do it walking away from him and just play it real casual and see what he does. I'll make sure I have the arena gates closed in case he gets away. He's not going to be able to get too far. And so depending on how he handles that will determine whether or not I shoot at all around him today. So what I've done is I have half loads I'm going to start him with. So half loads just mean that they don't have as much powder in them, so they're not quite as loud. So I went ahead and loaded one of my pistols completely full with half loads. I may or may not use it depending on how he does. So I'm not going to record or show you guys the ride. I'm just going to have a normal ride on him, and then at the end of the ride I'll record and we'll see how he does with the stock whip, and we'll just go from there. Alright, so this is Andy. I just got done with our first ride, and now I'm going to see how he does with the stock whip. So I'm going to officially start the gun breaking this horse. So in other words, just desensitizing him to gunfire. And I just really like starting with stock whip. It's a great tool. And the one I've got that I'm using, you guys are about to see, I only paid 30 bucks for it on Amazon. It was pretty cheap. So I'm gonna walk. I'm just gonna walk away from him while leading him. I got a good long lead rope in case he takes off, and I'm just gonna crack it a couple times and see what he does. Forward motion. He's kind of wanting to run towards this gate and go back to where the stalls are, so I'm putting myself between him and where he wants to go. He's doing great. I'm just going to see if I can get him to walk. Good boy. Alright, so that's it for today. Due to his reaction to the stock whip, he's a little hesitant about it, but I did it a bunch of times and he settled down. So I'm pretty happy with that. And I'm just going to quit on that today. I need to work on getting his feet to not be so sticky. As I'm trying to lead him, you can see I'm really having to pull on that rope. I don't love that. I want a horse to not have sticky feet as a habit, because that's where all of the foundation of your training and the control of your horse is with their feet. So that's where it starts. Keep some movement a little bit mixed in with it. Now, if they're standing really calmly while I'm cracking the whip, that's one thing. He just didn't want to move forward, so I need to just get his feet unstuck a little bit. But he handled that pretty well, especially considering it's his first time. I'm pretty sure he's never been around a stock whip. So in addition to the pop, you can really see that whip swinging around. It makes a noise of its own. So he's never experienced that. He did good. So for today, that's really all I need to accomplish. Tomorrow, I'll do the exact same thing. I'll start with the stock whip, and if I can get him to stand a little calmer around it and be comfortable with it and follow me a little better, I might just walk around him and crack it, stuff like that. And then if he handles that pretty well, I might go ahead and shoot tomorrow. I might not. We're just going to see how he does. But that's day one. So I just got done riding Andy here. I cracked the whip already. He did really good. Much quieter today than he was yesterday with it. And I stood to his side, a little closer to him, and cracked it. And he did great. So I'm going to go ahead and shoot. I've got half loads in this gun, and I'm going to shoot walking away from him as we head back to the barn to unsaddle. And he's done for the day. But I am going to put my earplugs in. I prefer to start my horses without earplugs, so that if you're in competition and one of the earplugs bounces out of their ear, that they don't freak out. I want to make sure they're comfortable without them. Okay, here we go. Good boy, Andy. So he handled that really well, probably even better than he handled the whip crack. So I've got him tied up over there, and that's it for today. We'll try again tomorrow. Come on, GoPro. I know your battery ain't dead. Seriously? This GoPro battery lasts about 5 minutes. All right, so I'm here with Andy today. I just did a light warm-up. I cracked my whip on him for the first time, and he handled it great. So I got one of my pistols in a pommel holster, and it's completely full of half loads. So I've got 6 rounds, and I'm just gonna lope him around a little bit and fire a shot and let him ease on down to a walk, catch his breath, and go again. That's my plan. Now, if he has a big reaction to it and gets really upset, then I'm gonna slow it down. The concept is you want to lope, cock your pistol on the count of 1, fire on 3 so they know when to expect it, and then ease on down to a walk, let them catch your breath, turn around and go the other way. That way your horse has a positive association with the gun going on. So because of how good he's handling this, I went ahead and emptied my pistol and loaded it with match ammo, so what they call full loads. So this has as much gunpowder in it as the competition rounds do. Now, one of the reasons Andy is handling this better than most horses do at this stage in the game is because he's been around it a lot. So his owner has been hauling him to shoot and just letting him stand tied on the fence. So he's been around it quite a bit. He's just never had anybody shoot on him or this close to him. So, but all of that kind of stuff really helps. So if you're new, you're wanting to get into this, your horse isn't used to it yet, starting with a stock whip and going to shoots and just letting them be around it is great too. But all of that kind of stuff, the more they're around it, all of that's going to help. So, but a little bit of background on Andy for context. Okay, he's doing great. That's it for today. Thank you guys for watching.
That's the state I roll my windows up in. Don't roll them down until I'm out of it. Say hi! Hey!